welcome everybody to the first keynote this morning, and I'm so happy that I'm able to present it to you. Unfortunately, in the digital way, I would have loved to talk to you in person, but as it is, we make the best out of it, and I'm very happy to be here. So let me talk about the performance products and the Kickoff Winter 2023. And it's going to be our first December digital fair. And and I would love to ask Charles as the very first thing, because 2 weeks ago we've been to Portland, we've been presenting, we had a forum, a live forum, and everyone was excited, and I was so glad that everyone was happy, and I would like to take the question to Charles because we presented together. And so would you like to share some of your experiences and impressions, please?
I'm not going to talk so much about Portland. I'm going to talk about what happened before Portland, because for the first ever time, I was invited to be on the judging jury for all the materials. And can I put my hand up and just say, I was out of my league. I did not expect such a wonderful array of materials, such progress, such technology that I didn't understand, but I learned pretty quickly. I was with a very strong group. You've assembled a very robust core of experienced people to look at the materials themselves. And we had 2 days where we were just covered in fabric swatches. The theme of this show is the sustainable future of nylon. Something which I thought, before I joined, was the most boring subject out, and it would never make for an entertaining whole fair and a couple of days of presentation. But in fact, it did. Nylon, or polyamide, has moved so much, it's almost been a guilty secret of the sports and outdoor industry, in that it's something we don't want to talk about because we don't think it has changed. But it's all caught us by surprise. And you're going to go into detail with some of the polyamides. But my experience, I felt out of my depth. I was reassured by all the judges because I was pulling in what I knew in theory. Mm-hmm. And we had the most amazing couple of days looking at the progress that has been made. And if I was to say anything as a takeaway, what you thought the industry had has changed. Over lockdown, there has been so much progress within materials, you need to revisit them because it was a wonderful experience, and hopefully I didn't go wrong too often.
No, you didn't. Not at all. Thank you so much. So let me guide you through some impressions of our forum from December 21. So we had more than 1,000 product submissions from more than 180 exhibitors. And the tables were supposed to be with 295 fabrics, and but they are now digital in the online fair. So, and the performance wall was supposed to have 142 selected accessories that you also find online. And let me guide you today through the different categories, and I will also come to the wall, the accessories, and of course the focus topic, and finalize with the awards. So I will start with base layer, and I just bring in the keywords that were so important for us in the jury that fell into our eyes. I mean, we really were amazed about unique flat knits that were made from recycled acrylic and merino blends. We had zinc or ginger, lend the fibers an antistatic and antibacterial effect and block UV rays. We have super technical alternatives for sports as second skin, and we had great eco-friendly alternatives and also open 3D structures. So you will see in the 3D structures there were great thermal properties with cooling technologies, heat regulation, and we have natural phase change fabrics, materials to reuse, restore and recycle the body's thermal energy, materials that don't stick to the skin and that are hyper-wicking. And then you will find some special blends like organic cotton wrap knit with Roica elastane, which can be fully degraded. We have recycled polyester hemp blends, we have Refibra technology, we have Tencel blends, and we have graphene technology, which has also great thermal properties. Also, you will find some natural fibers, such as 100% merino wool, KBT wool, organic with extreme breathability and fabulous soft feel. You will find some natural dyes from only natural and renewable resources. You will find natural fibers such as hemp, bamboo, or organic cotton, and that are supplemented with plant fibers from banana or pineapple leaves. For the mid layers, loft was a big theme. It's both lightweight and quick drying. The open mesh fabric wicks away excess heat during great extraction from enhanced breathability. Then you will find solution dyeing methods, color pigments that are added to yarns during the fiber production process, making them indelible, and the light-fast fibers are protected against UV rays and yellowing from age. So in the loft, there's a great variety, such as teddy loft, wool loft, structured loft. Then you have Polartec high loft that creates large air pockets to retain more thermal warmth while keeping this insulation lightweight. Then you will find some natural fibers, organic cotton and hemp combination, which preserves the balance of the soils and the natural bio-identity. And you will find some organic cotton and organic wool to ensure perfect natural thermal regulation, and which is fully biodegradable. There are also some anti-microfiber attempts with zero shedding knitting or non-brushed backside to avoid the microfiber particles flow into the water due to the washing, and new knit constructions to retain warmth and reduce microfiber shedding. And also there was a patterned jacquard fabric made from recycled polyester from post-consumer plastic bottles. Next category is soft shell and outer mid layer, and you can really tell the classic soft shells appear in winter with a new look. We have 100% recycled polyester with reduced microplastic emissions when washed. We also have Sherpa fleece that are water repellent yet breathable and impress with an extremely soft feel. And you see sustainable soft shell laminated and engineered in Europe. Smooth recycled polyester 3D knit with windproof acrylic coating, and also one fabric with dyed by an eco-friendly hybrid dyeing technique using natural chemical dye stuff. Then you will find some multi-chamber constructions that minimize again the microfiber shedding, and soft teddy fleeces from a blend of recycled wool. Coming to 2.5-3 layer. Super interesting for all of us was the knowing that we have the ban of the fluorocarbons in 25. So looking out for new membrane alternatives, and they were there. And the focus is also on the high water columns that do not suffer function loss when in frequent washing. And excellent constructions demonstrate how function can be applied to fabric without chemical treatment. We found some fiber-to-fiber functional article as a 2-layer laminate with a single variety polyester outer fabric made from 100% used textiles. And closing the loop process from chemically recycled fabric scraps and leftover materials. As well as 2.5 to 3 layer fabric made from the 100% recycled polypropylene, highly technical fabric that is not only environmentally friendly, but also breathable and water repellent. As well as 100% reprieve fabric made from recycled PET bottles with biogenic TPU lamination, made from bio-based ink derived from corn or wheat. There were some circular monomaterials that are always recycled or bio-based. So when I say 100%, it's or recycled or bio-based. It's or 100% polyamide, 100% polypropylene, and 100% polyester. So all of this is possible now to use for circular garments, as well as a 3D warp knit laminated fabric. Then there's some biogenic TPU lamination derived from natural sources, food waste, corn, wheat, etc. Then there were dote-dyed fabrics, recycled nylon with 20 deniers, and blends with natural fibers. In the 2-layer, so also of course, the point of the fluorocarbon banning in 25. Two-layer was one of the most exciting segments for everyone in the jury, with great innovations that exceeded all previous standards. So we found some plant-based, naturally dyed fabrics and membranes, blends of organic cotton and nylon, recycled polyester net, bio-based polyurethane, recycled fibers from PET bottles to old fishing nets, castor oil combination for antibacterial properties. Then there is a waste recycled fabric from waste textile or waste fabric, and also 100% fiber-to-fiber recycled yarn made from leftover materials, so close the textile loop. Biodegradable shell and membrane from polyester, laminations made of 100% recycled polyester solution dyed, hybrid dyeing technique using natural dye stuff from wastage and chemical dye stuff, and a two-layer with a breathability of 50,000 gram per square meter in 24 hours. Very interesting was a functional corduroy from recycled polyester and a biodegradable lamination. We had also a very fashionable camouflage print, ripstop structure, a diamond structure, and small stripes. Getting over to lightweight and downproof. The fabrics all were ultralight, breathable, and many thermally insulating fabrics. Lighter variants have better tear strength properties, and bold color tones and patterns, including stripes, crushed structures, and finishes. And the choice ranges from downproof fabrics, bio-based ultralight nylons, 70 recycled, and cotton and wool textiles to various natural fibers. The lightest fabric with only 21 grams in a fine ripstop construction, and race for even more lighter fabric is over, very important. Focus now on the finishes, the textures, and the natural fibers. Again, also in the light wave, we have great circular monocomponent, also recycled or bio-based, so 100% polyester, 100% polyamide. There were some sustainable eco-coloring technologies and downproof merino blend with polyamide. The structures, such as embossed, crinkled, crust looks, stripes, natural crease look. And going over to the shirts. The selection in this show includes 100% organic cotton, hemp, new plant fibers from pineapple and banana or hemp blended with cordura for the casual canvas look. Sturdy jerseys surprise in new qualities with extreme stiffness in a casual look. Natural dyeing techniques will gain in importance in the future. And plant-based dyes include chlorophyll, indigo, blue wood, saffron, turmeric, alizarin, and madder. So fabrics are dyed with food waste extracts now. Dyes made from disposed vegetables and foodstuff. Food ingredients like scraps of cut vegetables, coffee husks have been thrown away due to irregular shapes. There is a dobby weave with a mix of sustainable or sustainable sourced polyester, tencel and pineapple leaf fiber. Lightweight cordura hemp nylon for durable lightweight shirting. Piqué with cottony hand feel, applied cooling technologies, woven tencel with cotton and hemp for luxury hand feel. Getting over to pants and tights. In the pants segments, various fabrics impress with their special look and feel and a pleasant feel. Woven tencel materials are setting new standards in this segment. The combination of hemp with corduroy is particularly soft, yet extremely robust. Recycled graphene is blended with graphene stretch with woven materials such as organic cotton, hemp, or viscose, setting the tone. So you will find woven tencel with a mix of tencel lyocell and a tencel modal with only 3% elastane. Dot print solution to increase the abrasion resistance. Midweight corduroy with hemp, recycled blended fibers and spandex. Twill, denim with hemp and organic cotton. And stretch graphene. Also, you will find some fully recycled stretch compression fabric. paper touch, wicking properties and good pilling resistance. Soft spacer with recycled Qnova. Our fashion function casual table has now got the new name called Function Meets Fashion. And I can tell it's been an extraordinary selection. Functional properties are there and support the performance, while the materials follow current trends and shine bright by following sustainable approaches. Highlights include recycled cashmere, bio-based nylon fleeces, recycled fibers derived from textile waste, eco-friendly variants of spacers, plant fibers derived from pineapple or banana leaves, or printed jacquard fleeces. So the knit are made with recycled cashmere and organic cotton, and it's an incredibly soft luxury touch. Visible silky white fiber derived from pineapple fiber, or a fabulous jacquard design in a fleece. Tencel fiber in combination with superfine merino wool. Double face with open 3D structure in a ventilated and a warming side, or sporty hemp look of a wool hemp blend. As well, you will find some recycled and breathable reflective stretch fabrics with high visibility and reflective fabrics in new trendy colors. Getting over to our safety sector, safety, health and durability. And we can tell workwear goes street and fashion. Many materials impress in winter 23-24 with great robustness without sacrificing any lightness or soft, smooth feel. The keywords are durability, abrasion protection, tear resistance, elasticity, breathability, and wearer comfort. New recycled options, including repeatedly recycled nylon or recycled polyester. Highlight is a new knit that is flame resistant due to its yarn. Flame retardant knit for base layer. Wool with high tenacity nylon, high performance great hand feel, linen and tencel with cordura, nylon, hemp and cordura blend. So added abrasion resistance, tensile resistant and tear strength. High-vis fabrics with 100% recycled polyester as fleece, 4-way mechanical stretch, shell fabrics, and water-free color lock in solution dyed made from recycled polyester without compromising the quality. And we have a new category this season. It's bags and footwear. So for the winter 23-24 season, the bags and footwear segment is included for the first time as a new category in the Performance Forum. And the focus here is on robust fabrics that can be applied in the backpack and shoe sector. So for bags, we also found some really great mono components, such as 100% polypropylene, 100% recycled polyamide, 100% recycled polyester, 100% recycled cotton, and 100% paper fiber. For the bags, also there was some Macintosh pattern from Axroma, outstanding jacquard from Marison, and recycled cotton from Stotz. For the footwear, running shoe with waterless dyed jacquard. Tencel modal by Eco-Color Technology, eco-responsible technology, offers long-lasting color fastness and design flexibility in textiles. Recycled ocean polyamide fibers and blends with Tencel. So, performance wall, our 142 selected accessories. Let me go to the wall specials. Here we were having some really beautiful 3D open structures. And for you today to have them at least a little bit in a haptic, I would like to show them to you. So maybe you can get a glimpse of what the open structures are about. You will find some Polartec Power Dry Most Advanced Next to Skin Moisture Management fabric. Open texture allows the best breathability, and very fine jacquard microfiber eco jersey developed by recycled yarns. Next one. It's a 3D open structure, sporty square mesh with Qnova. You will have recycled polyamide, GRS stretch, mesh to guarantee perfect airflow and moisture wicking. Bio-based nylon made from castor oil, biomimic pattern design provides breathability and quick dry function. Okay. So, getting over to the visibility add-ons. There was some really amazing active lighting technology that you could wear as safety around your upper body. Reflective color mix in a digital print. Reflective transfer, rainbow effect on heat transfer. Very interesting fish leather patches. Labels made from recycled coffee ground and recycled polyester. Recycled nylon label, variable care label in C2C cotton. Biodegradable natural heat transfer. Anti-abrasion transfers, recycled transfers, water-based PU printing. Diversity in tapes, wool tape with 70% wool and 30% elastane, biodegradable tape made of cotton and jute, recycled polyamide from fishing nets, reamide, waistband tape with integrated draw cord. 100% recycled polyester tipless draw cord, cork tensile fabric puller made with water-based glue and water-based finishing, and only recycled polyamide or polyester, bio-based polyamide or natural sources. Cycling pads for men's and women's anatomy with recycled and biodegradable content. Polybags, 100% recycled polyethylene and 100% compostable made from cornstarch and breakdown in natural composting system. Then in applications and linings, you will find Polygene Odor Crunch, that stays fresh technology, zinc in blends, HiQ ViroBlock, HiQ Tech, and HiQ Fresh. And to finalize with the insulation and fibers, we had recycled polyester wool blend with the properties of wool that are thermal regulation, warmth when wet, wicking and antibacterial. Recycled down transformed into a super thin light padding with the same properties as down, warmth and lightness and breathability, Kapok blends, and 100% wool insulation. So let me get to the focus topic. The sustainable future of nylon. You will hear an extraordinary keynote by René Bethmann from 4D later. So our keywords at a glance are automotive tires, factory waste, and fishing nets. So it's been 80 years since nylon conquered the market as a first synthetic fiber, but unfortunately, we are aware that meanwhile that is extremely lightweight, durable, water-repellent fabric is not produced in a particularly sustainable manner. So this year's focus topic will take us in a depth look into which alternatives manufacturers have in store for us and what the possibilities for today and in the future offer to improve nylon's negative reputation. Scientists and businesses are currently working intensively to make synthetic fibers more environmentally friendly. There are now companies that have developed bio-based polyamides, which can be partially processed into fibers. Bio-based implies that the starting material is of natural origin, for example, corn or sugar from food waste. So, Charles, can I ask you back on stage? I would love to hear your personal opinion.
Of course you can. Hopefully I'm mic'd up on this. The thing that got me most about looking through all the fibres were two things. One, nobody knew where the name nylon came from. For those of you who don't know, it was a development project between New York and London, NYLON. And as you say, it was all those years ago. And the amount of progress had been very slow this millennium. But it seems in the last 2 years, everything's going on. And the opening up of the bio-based plastics especially. But there were some very interesting conversations we had. And if you listen to the online talks from the Functional Fabric Fair, they were uploaded yesterday, you can have insight to a conversation with Pasha, who leads on synthetic fibers at Patagonia. And I had a really long chat with him on stage. And the point that he made, which really struck home, was that Patagonia we all regard as leading the environmental good practice. But he said they were unable to do it themselves. It was so important that they shared their knowledge, but also shared the work. One brand can't afford to do it by themselves. So it was so important that they had these collaborations and we were all working towards the same aims. The conversation goes on into a lot of other areas. But the point that I was trying to make, and you've almost thrown me, because I've been concentrating on what you're saying. And if everyone out there is finding it hard to keep up with Alexa, she's just given you 30 minutes of sheer quality information. Don't expect to be able to understand all of this in one go. This talk will be uploaded within 10 days or so, and you can go back on it stage by stage, because there was such a lot of valuable information. And I would also say that on this subject of nylon, there are a lot of qualms around nylon. People don't understand nylon. We know it's a stronger fibre than polyester. We know it leaches colour. And we know that various natural-based polyamides haven't really stood up to the wear and tear. But to give you this a much shorter answer, what we saw and what is now available from the various exhibitors at performance days are solutions. They have found ways of addressing the problems, and that was the most exciting thing.
Yes, I think, why don't you just stay here when I finalize the focus topic. So the bio-based nylon made from coffee charcoal, which retains the body heat while managing moisture and promoting perspiration. And then also made from BASF bio-nylon yarns that with used biogas and bio-naphtha, extracted from sustainable petroleum, plant oil and organic wastes, and from castor oil, which helps us to save our fossil resources. I think that's fantastic. And
well, Pasha made a very interesting point that we can't be growing more textiles, but we have a lot of leftover food waste that can be used as textiles. And this was the bit that really fascinated me. And as you said, things like cornstarch is what we thought existed. Now it's gone to a much, much deeper level.
Yeah, and then your critical point on biodegradable nylon, with enhanced biodegradation that shortens the life of cycle and plastic materials from hundreds of years. I mean, there are approaches, biodegradable nylon that are in the combination with biodegradable spandex. And then we have the polyamide yarn called Amni Sol Eco that you will find now in fibers. And it's...
well, biodegradability is an opening subject, and we've seen work by people like Primaloft Bio for polyester. We've seen work from Cyclo, and it has moved the breakdown, the decomposition of synthetic fibres. It's accelerated them so much. So rather than them taking decades to break down, which is what biodegradable nylon does, it happens within 2 years. And I know the Microfiber Consortium made a big statement on this. I love the principle of biodegradable. I don't think it's been properly applied yet. We need to iterate it more. We need to experiment with it more. But I was in conversation with Debbie at Finisterre, a cold water surf brand. And they sit on top of all the publicity of the textile fibres that end up in the ocean. That, to me, has great potential for biodegradation. But it's not a solution in the format where it can be used for everything right now.
And the next theme, also super interesting, nylon from recycled fish nets, and then now from local buoys. And how do the British say?
The Europeans pronounce it boys. It's just that this presentation was written for the Americans.
Yeah.
Can I apologise? The Americans speak English. They should use English words.
So we really have, and I think it's great that that we now have cross-industry options, that we have local buoys. We finally catch the ghost fishing nets. and recycle them into nylon. And I'm sure in the future there will be an easier way to get these fishing nets directly from the boats before they are cut off and left in the ocean. So, but it's a process, right?
Everything has started, and that's the key thing. You need to keep up to speed with it.
Absolutely. So it's really the point of giving ocean waste a second life without sacrificing the function in the fabrics. So that is amazing what you will find in this forum now, in the focus topic. And let's finish with ECONYL nylon. The fiber ECONYL is made of waste, so-called regenerated nylon. It's made from old homeless fishing nets, carpet flooring, industrial plastic, and fabric scraps, which have risen to a new beauty. So ECONYL, in combination with organic cotton and adding excellent properties such as moisture absorption, and you will find the excellent stretch fiber from ECONYL. And now let me finish with our 2 awards. We have one Eco Performance Award and we have one Performance Award this year. So I start with the Eco Performance Award by Long Advance. And I would love to show you this fabric to you. It is actually a post-consumer recycled nylon from BASF. So it's car tire waste that will now find new uses being recycled and processed into a new fiber. It reduces the need for synthetic fabrics and also ensures that tire waste is recycled in a meaningful way. And it's got a perfect combinations with 7% elastane, 93% recycled polyamide. A 10K makes it a really proficient, perfect 2-layer fabric. And Charles, I would like to get you back on stage, just show you our Performance Award from Dry Release Optima. It's a unique reversible interlock fabric, and with the new pattern you can have it from both sides. So
dry release is amazing technology, and several of us have been using dry release for quite a period of time, but because it's an invisible finish, it's not something that you can really make a song and dance about. It's a user thing which you realize how good it is after you've worn the garment for 4 or 5 days. The thing that really struck us about this material, firstly the tactile feel. And I'm sorry for everyone online, you don't get to feel how much these fabrics have improved, how soft they are, how much they stretch. But it was the immediate tactile feel and just a wonderful aesthetic. And that's what did it. We were already sold on dry release technology, but now they have brought it in a format where we can actually start to celebrate it.
absolutely. So, and please remember, all the materials can be ordered via the digital platform, and you could see the link just below on Performance Days in the Performance Forum, and some of them you will find in 3D again. And when you will have a 3D fabric, you will see the signs of 3D rendered, and you can download the U3M file. And so thank you very much for joining the opening talk this morning with Charles and myself, and then hopefully we could give you some useful information and inspiration. And if you have any questions, feel free to drop me a line under my website. And so now I'm open to answer any questions if there are some.
We've got some live questions which have come in, and the biggest question, Sophie, thank you for this. Yes, the talks are online. It will take about 10 days to upload. You'll be able to coordinate between Alexa's slides and what's being said, but Alexa also has a lot more information, so if you need to go into detail, find her. And her web details are reasonably available. But I've got a comment from Chris, and this is wonderfully technical. Can you say how the coffee is included? Can you say how the coffee is included in the coffee-based nylon? I have ideas for this, but I'll let you answer it first.
share ideas?
Okay.
No, I mean it's the coffee that is burnt to charcoal, and from the charcoal you create the fiber. Yeah.
And the other thing about using coffee is that we saw it come onto the outdoor market about a decade ago. And actually they weren't using it to create the fiber. What they were using it for was to absorb body odor. And it was a finish that we saw, which was a really interesting finish. They weren't using fresh coffee, they were using used coffee, so waste coffee, and it was a finish that could be put onto a garment which didn't react with your skin, but also extended the use of the garment 3 or 4 times because of the absorbency of the smell of personal odor, but it did not smell of coffee. So yes, that's the main question. Chris, I hope that we've answered that. If we get on to the next one. Ooh, Alexa, you're going to love this. How can I be sure the manufacturing process is good from the environmental perspective when it comes to recycled and biodegradable fabrics? Brilliant question, by the way. And I'm going to interrupt Alexa before she starts. We're reliant on the trust of the people who are submitting the fabrics. We know there are LCAs going on, but there is not a perfect solution just yet. So, but Alexa, I don't know whether you've got a different view of it. How much can we trust the information that is being given to us?
I think as much as we always could trust in information that has been given to us in the textile digital supply chain. So sure, there have to be certifications, there have to be processes, there have to be checkups on what the companies say that provide the fabrics or the manufacturing process. So,
but we're also now entering the field of greenwashing.
Absolutely.
And we know it's one of the biggest problems. And if an ingredient supplier is greenwashing, that is their foolishness, because we are in the information age and information we can access. And if you are making false claims, I genuinely believe you will be exposed. So whatever reputation you have can be destroyed within hours or days. So although we can't guarantee everything that is being said, especially on the early fabric samples, I would be really surprised if people are trying to hoodwink us, because they know the word goes forward and people will investigate it. LCAs, life cycle analyses, are getting an awful lot better, and we're becoming more familiar to use them. But yeah, a really good question, which I'm not sure that we can give you a definite concrete answer to.
I don't think it's possible to
no.
give a concrete answer to that.
But please, as a brand, continue asking these questions of your ingredient suppliers. It's only by asking questions that you will make the ingredient suppliers even better.
We're done?
And that is all the questions so far. So Alexa's got off really lightly. You can still mail in questions to Alexa that she will answer afterwards. But remember, you can email in any questions, or rather than email in, go via the webpage. You can put any questions at any time of the presentation. But Alexa, back to you.
No, so we just say time to say goodbye, and I'm making space for the next presentation, and I'm very happy to announce that it's going to be Nora Kühner that will talk about the newest color trends.